Creating a video game is a bit of a dream job. While it's taken some developers years to break into the industry, these days there's a lot of smart kids out there taking matters into their own hands, developing games and putting them up online or in app stores. Yes, times have changed and things are more accessible, but it's still an incredibly impressive feat. So let's take a look at some of these superstars and their popular games. And at number 10 is The Mad Murderer from Lemonas Mileska. Mileska is a 17-year-old from Lithuania who developed The Mad Murderer via Roblox. The game has been played 16 million times over the course of 4 months after it was released, making him $50,000 within the first several months when it launched. You play an innocent bystander who must avoid a murderer while witnessing their crimes. You can also become a sheriff and hunt down the murderer yourself. And at number 9 is Stellar Alien from Maximilian Polhill. Maximilian was 15 when he created Stellar Alien, a game that was inspired by physics. Taking place in space, it features aliens and spaceships that came about due to Max creating a simulation of a planet's gravitational pull on Box 2D, which, if you don't know, is an open source physics engine. The game is available on Google Play and the Apple App Store. And at number 8 is Nikhil Kahana for Bounding Blob. At 16 years old, Kahana created Bounding Blob in only 2 months with a budget of $600. Damn. Bounding Blob is a side-scrolling Super Mario-esque game that you can download for iOS, and the success of the game prompted him to create a company of his own, Tangled Fire. And at number 7 is Michael Sly for Work at a Pizza Place. Another game created through Roblox, Work at a Pizza Place was created by Sly when he was only 15. It's a pizza parlor simulator with an assembly line setup, and since its launch, Michael has made over $100,000 from the game. He says that he had no idea it would be so successful, and I quote, "Most of my time now is devoted to creating new features. It's my full-time job as of now." And at number 6 is Robert Ney's Bubble Ball. Robert was only 14 years old when he created the game Bubble Ball. 400 lines of code later, the game was free to download on Apple's App Store, and within 2 weeks the game had over 1 million downloads, and Robert had earned over $2 million within that time span, which made him a millionaire before he even became legal. Damn. And at number 5 is Michael Samen's 4 Snaps. Michael is a 17-year-old who created the word game 4 Snaps. You guys might remember the game. It was pretty viral for a while back in 2013 and 2014. The success of the game gained him a lot of attention, including from Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook. Facebook even gave him an internship. Michael has since gone on to create many other game apps, including Super Stickman Jump. And at number 4 is Way to the Woods by Anthony Tan. Still in high school and creating this PC adventure game, Way to the Woods has been praised by critics for how beautiful the gameplay is. And yeah, take one look at it. Much of the game's success, aside from being due to Anthony's talent, is due to its exposure on Reddit, and the stills of the game that Anthony posted wowed users. It was suggested to him to apply for an Unreal Dev Grant. Anthony was the lead designer on the game and had the help of programmer friend Gerard Baker. So what's the game about? Well, you're a deer who journeys through a forest in which players engage in an emotional and beautiful narrative adventure. Seems like a great time. And at number 3 is Gear by Julian Wyzakowski. Julian makes this spot on the list not because of his success with his game Gear, but because of the other impressive work he's also done developing apps and other games. At the age of 16, Julian had created 8 mobile apps and games, and started his own company, Combustible Games, and got a lot of positive reception for his game Gear. He feels that video games get a bad rep, but that they can be a useful learning tool. Now 19 years old, he works for Likeable Local, and does a bunch of other really cool stuff too. And at number 2 is The Whole Story. This game was developed by a group of teenage girls at a summer camp called Girls Make Games that takes place in California. You play an archaeologist named Wendy who, upon one of her digs, discovers an unfamiliar kingdom that is missing its princess. It's an adventure game that's quite beautiful, and critics have called it, I quote, "a show with fresh ideas with execution that feels original, not bogged down by the baggage of video game history." The game has also raised over $30,000 on Kickstarter in order to polish it up and to get it out to as many platforms as possible. And at number 1 is Paulina Raguamov for How to Train Your Dragon Alchemy Adventure. Paulina had scored an internship with Jumpstart after chatting with them at her high school careers fair when she was 16. The internship started off with her playing games and looking out for bugs. On her own time, she started developing a game to teach the concept of basic chemical groupings and reactions, and make it fun, because chemistry can sometimes be and showed it to Jumpstart's curriculum designer, who loved it. It ended up becoming a minigame for School of Dragons, which was a massive multiplayer online game based on DreamWorks Animation's How to Train Your Dragon. The reception was fantastic, and Jumpstart had her work on a follow-up full mobile game with her concept, which eventually became Alchemy Adventure, and it's received an average of 5 stars in reviews on the App Store today. There we have it, guys. Any games you guys know of by younger developers, or hey, any of your friends that we should know about? Let us know in those comments below. But for now, I'm Kelly Pally, and this has been Top 10 Gaming. I'll catch you guys in the next one.